Life is always like a curve. Don't expect only positivity. Don't expect only daydreaming kind of things. It can go down also.
Hello viewers, welcome back to Game of Life. This is the one show where we're about the enrichment of your life. My name is Rosemary and of course I have Divan Shukla. We'll be exploring an interesting topic. But before I go on, I just have a question for you. What is the philosophy of life?
It's a very tough question. First of all, very few words you have used in your question. What is the philosophy of life? I can answer a very long and I can answer very short.
Short in your terms.
In my terms is only one word I will answer. Blissfulness. Be happy within without any conditions. Without external conditions, dependencies. Without internal conditions, dependencies. Celebrate your life to the fullest.
I think we spoke about this in a discussion the other day when we were talking about true freedom.
Yes.
You know?
Like imagine you are playing football. You, unfortunately, you fall down and your knee has been bruised badly. Put the, medication. But in the night, go to a restaurant and celebrate. You are celebrating your bad incident. Have that kind of attitude where you celebrate whether it is good or bad, and life is always like a curve. Don't expect only positivity. Don't expect only daydreaming kind of things. It can go down also.
Right. Okay. Now let's, explore what the author has written. He said, be modesty and honesty. Do not be hasty and nasty.
So what he is saying is, be humble, don't be over proud. Don't try to rush things. Receive the facts, what he is saying, patiently, and then take action with the awareness. And don't be nasty. Nasty means in the game of life, you are rude, unpleasant. You achieved the thing, but what happened is people who worked with you didn't enjoy working with you. They had a bad experience.
Okay. It says the negative one is nothing but the other side of the positiveness. I like that. It's very practical. Conceive it, sow, and receive its glow.
So these words, one can do a full PhD in this sentence. What he is saying is, negative one is other side of the positive, which we understand life is a curve. So negative is other side of the positive. But what the game here is saying is conceive it. Conceive it means understand it. When the night has come, the morning has to come. You can never be in frustration, deep pain all the time.
Yeah.
So that understanding, conceive it. And receive its glow. Receive its glow means the negative has a momentum. You picked up the momentum and contributed to your positive growth.
I think that it is very important, especially in this day and time where you see people talking about the economy, people complaining, people have low quality of life. I think it's very important to be hopeful.
Hopeful, and let's imagine the Naira is depreciating. Is there only pain? The bread price is growing up, the Okada price is going up, the fuel price is going up. Is it only pain? There is a big opportunity. Some people are making big money. They are making money in export.
Yeah.
So there are opportunity also, because no curve can be called a curve without plus and minus. Second, I will ask you a very easy example. Like you have come with a car here, right? Imagine the brake of your car is failed. If you took 1 hour to reach here, with the brake fail, how much time you will take to reach to your place?
Back
Yes.
to my place?
Yes.
A lot more than an hour.
Let's say how much? Your brake is not working. You can only do gear change and accelerator.
I'm walking home.
Yes.
I don't know, the whole day.
This is the problem. So brakes are helpful to accelerate.
Right.
You were going at 60, you push the brake, you accelerate it to 80. So brake is a negative. But where you are using the brake? To accelerate. Then you
Right.
push the brake in case of risk and then you accelerate to 120. What is the thing? So is brake a negative thing? It's the game of life.
Is how you see it.
You can't get plus all the time. There has to be a minus.
Okay. It says the
Yes.
thirsty to the theosophy.
Be thirsty to the theosophy. It means basically the spiritual element. Who you are, what part of universe you belong to, understanding how your mind likes, dislikes, what are your limitations, what are your positivity, how you can make the most of it. So he says be thirsty. Be thirsty in knowing yourself. Then the management of the world will come.
I think we also talked about this too in our little conversation where I was saying that I'm beginning to see different things differently, see money differently. Where I was telling you that I think that as opposed to chasing money and chasing material things, I think that we should take the time to find out who we are spiritually, what benefits we have naturally, as opposed to chasing. Those things should just come to us.
Same thing I will speak in language of materiality. Instead of chasing money, is there a possibility that money chases you?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's the thing you have to check.
Yeah,
And how it will chase you?
when you're relaxed,
Of course, relax.
when you
okay.
have a relaxed mind. And if I'm going to look at it from a spiritual angle, there are some things that have just been given to you naturally. It's like a hidden secret. You have to search the deep to bring those out.
It's a very big answer and I'm nowhere. Can I answer in one word?
Tell me.
Capability.
Well,
When you have the capability,
yeah.
then there is a factor of timing, circumstance.
I agree.
Imagine you are a very good player.
Yes.
Let's imagine you are a player of a Lagos team player. You are not at the Nigeria level also. But what happened? You went to a national match and you were sitting at the sides providing water to the players. Now one of the player got injured and they said you are giving water because he's like a useless, what he will play, and they gave you a chance.
I agree, but I also disagree a little bit because there's truth to everything. There are a lot of people in this world that may be capable than you and I. I mean, they put a lot of hard work, but that doesn't mean they have money or that doesn't mean they have a good lifestyle. I think
And
that
what is the reason?
I'm coming.
Ah.
I think that truly it all boils down to your mindset. I know that there are certain places I would never go to. My mindset.
So what does it mean? Knowing yourself, knowing your capabilities and limitations.
Yeah.
A person putting a brick 25 years away is still putting the brick like a mason, and his salary has increased from 50 naira because of the inflation to 125 naira per day. But the same, there is another person as a mason. He started putting and he said, what does this person do? He only checks whether it's a straight line or not. Can I also do? Yes. Then he says, okay, I'm putting these bricks, but there is a electrification also which happens. Can I know? Yes. Finally, at the end of 25 years, he becomes a big builder. What is the difference? Both were working 8 hours. Both were capable. God has not done partiality.
No.
But the only thing is, did you do or have an intention of innovation? Did you have an intention of checking? Like you said, I will not do this. Did you think what you are capable of?
Yeah.
So one is you discounted your own capability.
Yeah.
Not that, if you don't put the bricks, somebody else can't put. Somebody else will always put.
I think there's a story in the Bible where it talks about the master and the servants with the different talents, where he distributed, to different servants. Some came back with a lot, and then there was one who buried the talent and nothing came out of it. So it reminds me of that story very well. So at the end of the day, capability.
I will give you that story, a very difficult or very interesting story. A king had three sons, and they said, all the three have done their education, they are all talented, then who will be the king? They all knew how to fight with each other also. They were very good in armory, they were very good in military strategy, very good in philosophy. They all learned and scored well. Then they said, it's a very difficult job. Then the father said, okay, let me go to the faraway temple for a prayer. But till that time, he gave a kind of small bag of seeds to all three of them. And he said, when I return back, you have to return back the seeds to me.
Yeah.
And what happened? One guy kept in a locker, and those seeds were infected by insects, and it reduced to dust after, let's say, one year. The other guy did a kind of treatment to the seeds, and he could restore that same bag. But the third guy, what he did is, he sowed the seeds and he multiplied into numerous bags, 50 kg, 100 bags. And when the father said, okay, where are my seeds? He said, this is your seeds. He said, this is the guy I'm going to make him as a king.
Yeah, so similar story. If we're talking about philosophy, right? These things are not new. These things are in front of us, right? It could be hidden to someone else, but if you desire to see it, if you're hungry enough for the spiritual, you get it.
Correct. So be thirsty for the theosophy. Be thirsty to improve oneself. Then the openness of mind will come. The difference between the person putting the brick after 25, how he became builder, is openness to new things.
Hunger and thirst for more, actually.
Yeah.
Okay, so it says life with cell moves with sense, sensation. Life in tissue functions with sensorium.
So this is because Master is a scientific saint. He is poetically writing divine things, but with scientific angle. So life with cell moves with sense means there can be temperature, pressure, light change. And your internal cells, neurons, they react and interact based on that. Life in tissue functions with sensorium. So sensorium means a group of neurons. So how the tissue functions is with sensorium. So there is dark light, automatically your eyes and it becomes broad. And when there is light, it becomes small. So he's talking of a very biological aspect. Because once you receive the facts, then you will innovate your thinking about yourself and life.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay. The past actions, the previous events, and the former incidents have their place in the present. Oh, I like that. And the future procedure of life. That.
So what it means is, here is the past, this is my present, and here is the future. Where they are anchoring into, the ship is where it is anchored. Like if you don't anchor the ship will go away with the waves, with the air. So the ship, the game of life is anchored in the present. So what he is saying is, give importance to your present. Whatever you have done to the past has contributed to your present, and that present also holds for future. So what is most important?
Being
Present.
the moment, yeah.
But what we do is, because of expectations, sometimes because of greed, we spoil our present. And sometimes we spoil our present because of past. You know, you have offered me a very good tea, but I am not able to appreciate. Why?
Because I'm thinking of maybe how the tea was before.
No, I have, the tea is very good. It's done with lot of love, you have boiled it properly, all ingredients are perfect 10. Still I don't like the tea. So why? My taste bud tells me it's a good tea, brain tells a good tea. I say, Rose, the cup you have given me, na, it doesn't have the flowers when I went to Dubai.
This was
One of the king offered to me, and it had golden petals. And when the golden petals cup came and then the tea was poured, that tea was poorer than yours. But then what I did, I spoiled my present based on the past experience. I compared your cup, which has nothing to do with the taste of the tea. Are you getting? So people spoil their experience. Like imagine I say the food is not good because this restaurant could not give me a tissue paper. Oh wow. You ate the whole food because of tissue paper, you didn't have a good experience. So what does it mean?
I think that if somebody is not careful,
Yeah.
because he says the past actions, the previous events, and the former incidents have a place in the present, someone might see it the other way round. But I think what he's trying to say is if you're not careful, the past incidents might affect your current state.
Correct.
Because at the end of the day,
Correct.
it's here.
And the same corollary. Why I have been able to speak on this
The
is
same what now?
corollary.
What is that?
Corollary means, a reverse of that.
Okay.
Because of past, my present is made. And because of present, my future
Future
is
is made. Yeah.
So how will you get a future without present?
So basically, it means it is very important for you to live in the moment, make your today blissful, because when it appears in the future, you want that to be a ripple effect of positivity.
Correct. And this is what he is writing, since the be being, you can always be in being state only when you are in present. And the being means you have lived that thing, are inevitable in the mutable eternity. Now, mutable eternity means ever changing reality. Like, imagine I am fighting with my friend that, instead of that beach, you took me to a river. Okay? Now I went into the river, water has gone away. Can you experience that same again? Even after 5 minutes you want to do, there is a new flow of water. So what he is saying is there is always ever changing reality.
It's there's a way someone puts it, I can't remember who now, but he always says that every day, every minute, every second you're older. So I was a minute older than now.
Yes, and let's take it practicality. You are going into a philosophical mode.
We're talking about philosophy.
See, in my childhood, what used to happen, when I used to love the mountains, I used to love the rivers, what I used to say, I will come again. So beautiful. Let us plan. And I could never visit again those thousands of spots which I thought I will visit again. And even if you visit again, it will not match to that one. It will be beautiful, unique in its own way. And you will again feel again, but it will never match to your past experiences.
Okay. Can you take the last line?
Okay. Empirical and ephemeral. Miracle is of no logic. So empirical means, empirical evidence. He's using a scientific word. So when you give a scientific proof, there are empirical evidence, means you have tested many times. So imagine I mix sugar and water in Nigeria, and I mix sugar and water in India or in Singapore or US. Empirical evidence tells me that it's a sweet water.
Okay.
This is what scientifically. And ephemeral miracle. So what he's saying is this kind of miracle is of no logic, but only practice and tactics. So if you are thinking
Lactics.
it is written lactics, but it's a
Tactics.
printing error, I would say. You're right to correct.
What is lactics?
But that is the tactics. So they are to be manipulated. It is neither the spiritual or divine. So what he is saying is in the game of life, you have many variables. Fine tune the instruments. Means you can't say that this guitar is not working. Fine tune the variables and you will find a good music will come out. So he is saying don't expect a kind of miracle. Use your practice, use your tactic, strategy to solve complex challenges in your life. Don't be in a hope of miracle or spiritual or divine. Like imagine you have a problem. You came, okay, how to fix the shoe. I have a shoe problem, and you are thinking, when I go to church, somebody will put a hand on my, and the shoe will be fitting well.
Some things are just practical that you have to, they're everyday things that you have to do.
Yes.
Little known by the senses is spirituality. It gives, in bracket, provides the intuitive inspiration. Intuition makes, attains enlightenment.
So I think these three are very important. So where is God? Who is God? Is God a reality?
Where does God come into play?
So what he is saying is, don't depend on the senses that you have. This kind of experiences are beyond the senses. You can't see with these eyes. You can't hear or taste or touch. These senses have limitations. So the spiritual world, the growth towards divinity, always comes, which is beyond the physical senses. So he says, little known by the senses is spirituality. Spirituality is with the spirit. So imagine, I can give you example, like we have a fridge in front. So the fridge is working with electricity, and the water heater is also working with electricity. So you can't understand that what may be the electricity. It can be a cold filament. No, it is different than fridge. Is that a hot water? No. So the senses have limitation is what he is saying for spiritual growth. But what is the part? He says it gives the intuitive inspiration. So what he is saying is, through intuition, inspiration, you can attain enlightenment. Enlightenment means witnessing the God, witnessing the divinity, the highest truth.
The internal truth is known, which you said it. That is the universal soul. Kofor, is that correct?
Coffer.
Kofor can't follow the coffin even when a loafer is offered.
So this is a poetic at the end, and it is more of a philosophy that the coffer can't follow the coffin. So even if I give you loads of money, and to a person who is like very poor, at the time of death, he can't take the money. It is of no use because finally he is dying. So that is the part, that even if you give billion of dollars to a beggar who is going to die, it is of no use. So what does it mean? It means understand the beauty and importance of your current life, the present life you have.
So we're going back to
Yes.
living in the moment, appreciating the life you
Yes.
have in the present.
Yes.
Okay, so we've come to an end of part A, philosophy. Please join us next week for part B of philosophy. In the meantime, please continue interacting, continue liking, sharing. We see your comments, we appreciate it. Please engage with us continuously. Thank you.